Hello YouTube chess lovers, my friends, this is Gunjan here. Welcome to the 16th episode of my chess trap series. In this episode, I'm going to show you Fischer's wonderful trap in the modern Benoni defense from the black perspective. The good point I like about this trap is, even though Fischer has played this game in the year 1970, and soon after that, this trap has been published in many books and articles, time to time, many higher rank opponents are falling into this trap. So if you are a modern Benoni player, then you should certainly watch out for this trap in your own tournament games. The opening arises after the following move order: d4, knight to f6, c4, c5. Now white grab the space on the queen side with d5, and accordingly black challenged the white center with e6. After knight to c3, pawn captures, and the move d6. Yes, indeed, black has created a weakness on the d6 square, but in return, he gets tremendous tactical and the sharp activity. The Fischer game continues from here onwards with a random move order, so that's why, just for your understanding, I have picked the most accurate and most obvious choice from the white, which leads to the same trappy position. White plays e4, consolidating his extra space, and black plays g6. So his idea is very obvious. He wants to play bishop to g7 and put this bishop on this long diagonal where it can create some nice attacking chances. White continue with knight to f3, and now the obvious move from both the side, developing the king side bishop and then castling on the king side. So this is known as a classical variation of the modern Benoni. Okay, black continue with a6. So if allowed, then black will certainly play b5 and grab more space on the queen side. So accordingly, white needs to stop it with the move a4. Now, just like other d4 openings, this light square bishop is a problematic piece in the black camp. So that's why it's very obvious that black needs to play bishop to g4, and if allowed, then exchanging this bishop with white's strong knight, or sometimes even light square bishop of the white itself. Now, as per the theory, the most obvious choice of the white is bishop to f4, and this move is logical as well. White's simple idea is to pressurize the d6 square as quickly as possible, and one good way to achieve this is to play knight to d2, knight to c4 and put more pressure on the d6 square. Here the main continuation from the black side is to play bishop captures f3, but at this position Fischer plays a very tricky move, rook to e8, which create a deadly trap. Now if you are playing this variation from the white perspective, my recommendation is you should play either knight to d2 or queen to c2, which completely avoid this trap. But as it happened, the most natural looking move in this position is h3, which straight away leads to our famous trap. When I checked this position in online database, I found out that so far h3 has been played in 22 games, and some of the games are very recent, and you can see the result over here. They are tremendous for the black. If you carefully look at this position, h3 looks the more natural reply, because once the black give up his dark square bishop, then with the bishop pair and the space in the center, white always get slight advantageous position. And yes, indeed, it's true, except there is one problem, that Fischer has unleashed one of his pet trappy line. Before I move on, I like you to pause this video and find out, as a black, how you're going to continue from here onwards. Well, I hope you find this amazing blow. Bam! So suddenly from nowhere, black is a clear pawn up, and even though his light square bishop is hanging, white cannot even touch it. Now in the game, Fischer's opponent played knight captures e4, and after rook captures e4, he was clearly a pawn down and later on indeed lost the game. But we should obviously need to see what happens if your opponent captures this bishop. After all, it's a free piece and white doesn't have any major problems. Well, we reach to the second critical position of this trap. Can you identify black's next dazzling reply? Well, I hope you do and find out this second important blow. Boom! So once again, black regain his piece with extra pawn, and if white foolishly take this bishop, then there comes knight captures c3, attacking queen as well as double attack on the e2, which cannot be prevented. So the sample line can run like this: queen to d2, knight captures e2 check, king to h1, and after knight captures f4 and queen captures f4. With 13 moves in the opening, black emerged with a 2-pawn advantage, and with an accurate play, this is just required a technical performance. So this is a wonderful trap exists in the classical variation of the modern Benoni defense, which you should always keep in mind. Well, thank you for watching this video. Feel free to like, subscribe and comment on my video, and I'll meet you in my next episode very soon. Bye and take care.